Roll call, please.
Yeah, welcome to the May meeting of the Town Council. Roll call, Jason Little.
Here.
Patricia Ball.
Here.
Kevin Burke is absent. Seth Wendell.
Here.
Brian Warren.
Here.
Okay, the first thing on the agenda is approval of council minutes from 4/10/2023. I have a motion to
Make a
approve.
motion to approve the town council regular minutes from 4/10 of 2023.
Second. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, are there any comments from the floor today? All right, I'll give you the comments from the president, this person right here. No new information regarding Riverview. May 15th, there will be a meeting with ACP, and that meeting will discuss plans that different businesses in the area have. Plus, Kimball is actually opening an in-house clinic for their employees. So different plans have to come due at this time for the ACP. Kevin and Jane will be talking with Spencer County Bank regarding investments on May
Yes.
7th. And then on May 9th, there is an upcoming meeting concerning sewer lines. And if you've been here before, we've talked about it in Holiday Village, where we're gonna open up sewer lines, if we're gonna open up sewer lines and water lines. And so there's gonna be a meeting tomorrow concerning that. And that's it, and the president, anything else? All right, fire department,
Okay, you have my monthly report for the month of April. I did add a few things after I turned it in. We had 10 EMR runs, 7 fire alarms, 1 fuel spill, and 1 disregard for a total of 19 runs for the month of April. Saturday, July 1st, we will have our barbecue again, as we'll start serving at 11. And I just want to personally thank the police department and the town employees from the fire on April 19th, the DIMS. Everybody was working together. If you'd have seen it, you'd be amazed. You had utility workers pulling hoses. You had police officers pulling lines. I mean, I just thank them, so.
We had a mess out there 3 times.
Well, we had 30 to 40 mile-an-hour winds the next day, so,
but there were no casualties.
Russ provided a backhoe and a mini excavator to help tear that stuff down, so, and I'm happy to report, we did receive a Trans-Canada Energy Grant for $3,500 for a turnout gear dryer. We have a washer, but we never had a dryer, so we'll be able to dry our gear. We got the space for it, but we never could get it. Now we got the money to get it, so.
Congratulations.
Yep, that's all I have.
What's the update on the truck, Matt?
Huh?
What's the update on the truck?
The chassis, we did not get the build spot in March, so we'll get the build spot in June. They're up to about 40 trucks a day now they're turning out, so hopefully we get the June build spot. So, that's all I got.
Thank you, Max. Parks and Rec, that's you, Zach.
All right, you all have my monthly reports. Same old for the month of April. As far as the community center goes, slowly trending downward on memberships, but that's not normal for this time of year. Ongoing projects, the sports fields are always needing preparation, as soccer, baseball, softball are all going right now. We did receive a $4,000 grant from Spencer County Parks Board to help with resurfacing of the basketball court, as well as improving the lights. Completed some repairs to the volleyball court, got new net, new antenna. That was part of last year's Spencer County Park Board grant. And then we shored up the poles. They were leaning in, so we dug them out, poured some more concrete, and gave them a little extra support. So that's done. Our spring flings and Easter things event, we had about 300 people. It was well attended. It was down a little bit from last year, but we think that has to do with some of the churches and other local organizations kind of opening things back up now that COVID's no longer front and center. So overall, we're very pleased with the event, but we'll keep moving along. The floor scrubber for the community center, have settled on the model that I like, but we'll need to bid that out, so trying to find 3 local companies that can do that for us, so hopefully have that done by next month. We've got the budget for it, so the park board will be able to take care of that process. As far as the foyer window, I think with that large window, as well as weather sealing doors, the other doors in the building, it'd be roughly about $10,000. I don't know that we're gonna have that in our budget this year. Something here, as we're getting back towards budget time, we might think about using some building improvement funds maybe, or Q building, excuse me. I believe that's reserved for the town hall and community center. It's just a pretty big chunk of money to have to buy off at once, that we don't really have budgeted, but there are gaps, small gaps along the edge of that foyer window, so probably would be good to get that taken care of. As far as trails maintenance, we are considering a part-time position, probably in the range of 15 to 20 hours a week. We haven't had any luck with the dual department posting between us and the utilities. So we're hoping maybe we can find a part-time employee to help us move along. Having the Steiner mower is helpful. We have used it a little bit on the trails, but stuff starts getting a little shaggy. We'll use that on the trails to kind of save some time. It has helped cut down a little bit. So if there's any questions, if you have to answer them, otherwise that's all I got.
I've heard some things about the trails, and I think the one swipe that you're doing on each side keeps it looking natural and clean enough, so as long as we keep that up, even though you're short on help right now, that would be good.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
How much do you think that window will cost?
The window itself on that quote, I believe, was like $7,000 or $8,000 of the quote. The total quote was like $10,000, but that also included weather sealing the doors, which probably hasn't been done since the building was built, which was 40 plus years, 45 years ago.
Okay.
Congratulations. on
What did we
that.
budget in new building this year?
You know what we budgeted on the school building, none of us do. It might be in this one.
It should be on the appropriation report.
Where is it? This one?
We're all looking.
What's the budget?
While we look, congratulations on the grant.
Oh, thank you.
Was we out any money for the donuts that was cutting the gravel down there?
I haven't heard anything. All I heard was they found the person that was doing
Yeah,
it, so that's good.
Was he cited?
I'll have to follow up with James on that. I'm not sure. I would assume so.
So for the building and equipment for Park and Rec?
That would be cumulative.
Keep building out of the general fund.
I should mention all.
since we're all digging and looking, should we just make sure that's on the agenda so we can handle that window? Or do you think you can find it?
I'm not-
I'll find
Okay,
it and I'll
go
let you
for
know.
it.
I'll send you out an email.
Is it CCD,
That'd be development. Yeah. It should be CCB.
CCB? CCB, we budgeted 75,000. On page 17. Huh? It's not expensive, so I'd say we could probably do that through CCB then. It's gonna save money in the summer, it's gonna save a lot in the winter when we're heating that place.
I think it will be a pretty significant difference. It is just a single pane window, so a newer
It's
window.
got a gap anyway, it doesn't matter how many panes are in it.
Sure.
Do we need to, do we not vote?
And you've already
on
done
allocating
the
that?
bid process?
I've got a quote for it. I can have that prepared for opening at next month's meeting if you would like me to.
I mean, I would say we,
Should we do a vote on allocating it now?
you don't have to allocate it.
Okay.
It's already appropriate. I
Okay.
believe.
It's already for 75,000 appropriate for Keith Cap building.
Good deal.
I would say, go ahead and get it, and then we can,
Open the bid next month. Okay.
Do you open those at park board meetings, or do you?
So as far as I understand, basically, anything that we do not have budgeted, comes to you guys to make the decision. Am I correct on that, Kevin? Anything that we don't have budgeted comes directly to the town council for their approval?
Does the park board need to recommend it first, or?
Okay, I can do that.
So they can make a recommendation, and then we can open bids and approve it here.
Well,
Okay.
they would open it, you just, you approve them to spend money.
So they would open the bids there and approve, and make a recommendation, we do it, and then we would approve taking the funds from state capital.
You just handle the money, you don't handle the mechanics.
There you go.
Okay,
So they need to do everything, come to us and say, here's how much we need, we think you should do it, and we'll say yes.
Exactly.
Okay,
Hopefully we'll say yes.
I
The
can,
money's there.
I can do that. Is there anything else?
that's it, thank you.
Thank you.
Building inspectors, Todd. Oh, yes, there you go, Todd.
Hello, good evening. I guess everybody got my report. Any questions on the report? Also, last month, you guys wanted me to check on the mail wire.
Mm-hmm,
So I did go by and talk to the girls at the health department,
mm-hmm.
and they sent me an email that I forwarded to Kevin Burke.
Yeah,
So did he give that to you guys?
No.
No, okay.
Mhm.
Well, the gist of it all was that they said if the guy wants to live in a dirty house, then, you know, they can't really do a whole lot of it. But they did say that he was having a lot of health struggles at that time. They felt that he was gonna come through those
yeah,
within a week or two, and probably things would be better, but, so. Anyway, so that's kind of where that is at.
so, do they have any, I mean, will they do a health check on him or anything?
I think they've checked on him twice,
Okay,
and the letter probably touched on that. It's been a month since I even
yes,
looked at it.
exactly.
So,
You don't have a copy of that, do you, Jane, the letter that went to, okay.
okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's all
I
right.
would have sent it to everybody, but at the
Yeah,
time I
Well,
just didn't
we
have
didn't,
it.
okay, yeah,
So, okay, so, anyway,
okay,
they kind of left it as a, we can't really do it. You know,
yeah.
So,
I think that's kind of how a lot of that is with
mm,
legalities.
yeah, so,
On brighter stuff, how many new houses are going up this month? There's 2 on Casper right
I
now.
know,
Yeah.
it's large, it seems like.
that's Kirstein's, and then they have another one on, Silent Lane, I think.
And I know they bought
Where's
those.
Silence Lane?
One right across the street from me over in Hollywood.
I saw that one on,
Silence back by, Chestnut by the
Oh,
Fire.
that's right.
One street back, yeah.
And Rudolph. Rudolph, yes, okay.
And I know they bought at least 2 more lots.
Yeah.
Kirsten's house.
Yeah, so, and I think across from you, the one next to that's fixing to start.
Yep.
So,
Is that Kirsten's as well? or-
no, that's, Smith.
Mhm.
There's another one over there in the, that neighborhood. What's the name of that neighborhood?
Holiday Village.
Yeah, Holiday Village.
The less fortunate section.
Yeah, well,
It's my section.
I guess. I'm not
It's
gonna
on the wrong side of
It's on
the
the wrong side.
tracks.
Yeah.
On the wrong side of the tracks.
east side,
It is
west
not.
side, north
For
side,
public
south.
record, it is
Yeah.
not.
I like it over there. I like it over there. It's quiet.
Yeah.
Especially with the speed bumps, and they can't blow by your house anymore,
They still do.
until they hit the brakes when it gets speed bump.
Oh, no.
Sometimes I just hit it wide open.
I was gonna say, I saw a truck go over it wide open. It was loud too.
Good,
Right, bending rims.
good.
Probably did.
I had a guy come from out of state to look at a piece of equipment, and he tried to get into the village, and obviously, you know, they're like, well, that address is not here, and that person don't live here. So when he finally got to my house, he said, oh, he said, you live in the not so nicer side. Yeah, I like it here.
It would be the side I would prefer, I think. Less regulations, but. Anyway,
But no sewer.
it comes from a guy, hey, that's coming from a guy who enforces regulations, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anything else?
So, in the middle of this, it says APC open appointment.
They are still working through that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Trying to fill that
It's
appointment.
up to, yeah, it's up to the, I'm not sure whether it's a board appointment or a president appointment. Yeah, I think it's not an open seat
We need to start that, make
Is
sure.
that the one that
That's
Mike
highlighted.
filled and then?
Yeah, and then
put
left,
in?
yeah, the one that Mike went in and then left, right. Yep.
then. Right.
Any other new business, Todd?
No, just your new permits. The county's really getting busy, so I think that's gonna kind of move here too. So,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank
thank you
you.
guys.
Police Department, we have the report, go ahead. Bobby Bone, standing in for James.
Well, you guys have our monthly, so we don't really have anything new to add to that, so.
Are you increasing concern with the, holiday world season coming up? And with the new apartments and,
We're open-minded about it.
okay, good.
I mean, we'll handle whatever happens, I guess, I mean, it's what we do, so.
You can keep us posted about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you. Trails, Russ is not here tonight, so I think that's gonna have to be on hold because the ADA signage is written on the minutes, and I don't think anyone else knows anything about that, do we? Okay, Russ is also our street guy. We got, his report was mainly on wastewater, and there was nothing remarkable on that. Did anybody have any questions or concerns about the water capital project either? Looks like our water tower's coming along beautifully, it looks like 3 children standing up there on the hill. Industrial park, anything with the industrial park? Okay, town attorney, yes, sir, we're up to you.
Cause no, we have a court date set October the 5th.
That's progress.
Yeah, exactly. I've got Mr. Phillips.
Of 23.
Yes, in 2023. I do have the RFP for animal, I wanted to make sure we have to publish this, and then I need to get the address from Jane on who the letter was from.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's sent to Christie, because I assume we want to send them.
It would be, that's what
It
we
would-
want.
Presume there's only gonna be one proposal.
Yeah,
But we still have to go through the publication part, so I got it already.
okay,
And basically what you did, the way I worded it was that you are requesting proposals to receive and take custody, care, and control of stray and or other animals taken into custody by the town law enforcement officers at a location within 10 miles of the territorial jurisdiction of Santa Claus. So that gives us,
that's good,
we have a location to take these animals.
okay. And that would go to, it takes a
I'll get
village.
that down here next week, and I've got it to be delivered by your next town meeting on June 12th.
Okay,
Funding opportunity for USDOT, I'm not sure what that is. Did I send an email?
You did, you sent out a packet, so I figured you wanted to talk about it.
I don't know what that was.
Here you go, Kevin.
Which one was it?
Notice of funding opportunity from USDOT. Here's the attached documentation regarding that. You want to table this
Oh,
until
that was
next?
for the study. They have a funding opportunity that basically allows for a planning grant, 100% planning grant for like a safety overview of all of your entire municipality, all the streets and highways. Just something I thought you might want to look at. You know, the other are issues like crosswalks that aren't lighted, all of your street design, like the Ashford Road issue. It could actually, and it gives you basically the impetus to later apply for grants to actually fund those projects. But it's something that looks at your overall safety of your entire transportation system around the town. So I just threw that out there. It popped up on my radar, so I forward on things whenever.
When does it have to be done by?
yeah,
I don't even remember.
and what would be,
Well, the first thing we have to do is get a quote from somebody who could perform that. It would be like a Morley and Associates or a Park Beach or something like that. And
so we need to figure out what the expiration date is first before we
then
go
it just came
further.
out. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing overnight. Usually
And he sent that out to everyone. I didn't make copies of it because,
Yeah,
Just sounds like something that all might be interesting, because it is something that comes up all the time before the town.
Yes.
It's like, it's not just a specific project, it's to look at our entire transportation system.
yeah. If we can do anything to improve those crosswalks.
Yeah, the crosswalks, all the street design, everything.
Okay, so
All
we need.
those things.
Dates. Okay. All right,
That's all I've got for you at this meeting.
okay,
yeah, redevelopment meeting following.
yeah, and we got one afterwards. Okay, court treasurer, guess what?
I know, I feel like I'm gonna hold up this meeting now. Look at all this stuff I got.
Well, we've got a lot.
I'm gonna
of
talk
items
fast. I'm gonna talk fast, Tricia. Okay, so you've got the numbers here from the unreconciled statements from February, March, and April. Under new business, investment with Trust Indiana in the amount of $470,000. I am meeting with Spencer County Bank. They are wanting to talk about possibly matching Trust Indiana. So I did send out the quotes for CDs from Spencer County Bank and also from German American, and the information from Trust Indiana. So the amount that I'm looking at moving is $225,000 from the cumulative capital development and $245,000 from the cumulative fire. So that's a total of $470,000. So,
How long is the Trust Indiana, how long, is it like in and out, or is it a
Yep.
time period?
nope, you can put it in and take it out at any time that
So
you
why
want.
we can leave in there until, so maxes out here.
That's right.
Versus.
Versus,
It's gonna be late next year, we need.
So that's what I
Only
like,
need
on
the
the time,
130
like 1 year, 6
Right.
months. or-
right, instead of a CD, we're gonna be locked into a certain time frame. With the Trust
Yeah,
Indiana,
so
there's
we
no
can do it,
time
you know,
frame.
Until you need it. without
We
it.
can.
We only need the 130 for the chassis.
We only have to give them the day before we want the money in the
Yeah,
bank,
That's
so,
really nice.
yeah, and there's no fees involved with it at all.
What's the rate right now?
4.91 as of the day that I got the quote. That was like a couple days ago. Kevin thinks it may have went up since then,
The
so,
ordinance you passed actually gives her the authority to invest up to 25% of the town's funds, and I encourage her, rather than just do the fire truck amount.
Do, yeah,
We've got a sufficient surplus. in our
Yeah, why
accounts.
wouldn't we do it?
We got $5 million on,
yeah.
you're never gonna spend $5 million where you can't. I mean, you'd have to go through the.
Yeah, I think you should.
I would spend $1 million up to them,
so,
rather than generating zero.
I mean, that is gonna be a fluctuating interest rate too,
Right,
though,
if you spend a
so,
million, That's 50 grand a year.
Mhm.
5%.
right,
That's a lot.
That is
Yeah.
a lot.
That we'd be getting nothing on for 10 years. All
Right.
this builds up and we make nothing on, zero.
right.
So it's just,
So,
it's not fiduciarily responsible to not do it, so.
yeah, so if you guys wanna look at the accounts and give me advice, if you want me to move more than that, or ideas, you're more than welcome to do that. So we don't need, like he said, the ordinance allows me to do it, so we don't need to like do a motion or vote on it or whatever. But if, Seth, I mean, I know you're really good at numbers, if you wanna look at it and
I
see,
move all of it, you can't lose in it, right? It's guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
Move
Yes.
this thing that-
Yeah, Indiana, and that's Indiana, in addition to being funded by FDIC, the state of Indiana, until like 1982, actually had a separate fund to insure municipal deposits.
Funds in the
The
trillion.
public fund insurance fund or something like that. That's why they have to approve the bank that you can put the money in, because these banks for years and years and years put in like 2% of their annual, income into this PFI.
Yeah.
So they stopped in like 1982 because they had so much money in the fund, and none of these banks were failing. Cross our fingers. So in addition to FDIC, that's why we don't have to worry about the $250,000 that most people have to worry about staying in the institution, because it's public And Trust Indiana is covered by that. It's as safe as it is with Spencer County Bank.
Right. Yeah, and I did tell them that I would meet with them, but,
Yeah,
I mean, I am leaning more towards the Indiana Trust, but
right.
I'll update after the
Yes,
meeting.
update after the meeting.
400,000 here, that's our budget.
I mean,
Yeah, you've got, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got more than that. If your February and March, April unreconciled is 5, 7. You got closer to 10 million.
and we need running money, but we need to put money in there that we can get out
Right.
within a day.
It's a
If you're asking me, I move all of it, but our operating expenses for like 2 months.
The only thing you have to be careful with is the utility funds,
Yeah.
because we just issued this bond.
Maybe probably keep a certain.
Well, until we've spent that money, there's arbitrage requirements. You're not allowed to borrow on, the IRS has rules that says basically your utilities, municipalities cannot borrow money at a muni bond rate in order to turn around and invest that money.
Right,
Now, obviously, we can borrow, or issue the bond for investment purposes, but there's actually a certification that you have to do to the IRS that says, we're not making money off of this money that we
Right.
municipal bond. Otherwise, it would disqualify the bond, and I can check into that if we want to put some of the utility money into investments, but.
yeah, I think we
Well,
need
here's-
wood safe alone, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a substantial amount of
And
utility.
here's 350,000 rainy day.
Okay, so you said something about 25%?
It's
Yeah.
25 I believe it's 25% of the total.
I can do it.
Portfolio of the town can be invested.
Yeah.
Right.
So you go to like
Outside.
1 point, it's 10 million, you can do 2.5 million.
Well, no, there's 5.5 in your general, and then, 685,000 in the TIF, so you got 6.1, roughly 6.1 million in town, non-utility funds. So you're talking 2.5 million.
Yep.
And based on your current budget, you haven't touched that this year.
Yeah,
You have to have a lot of additional appropriations.
well, you can get it out within a day anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, there has to be fluid though.
Yeah, it can't be written CDs.
Yeah, that's why I think that
CDs,
using this
Trust Indiana.
Yeah.
trust in the end, I'd be comfortable moving whatever you think we don't need on a monthly basis in there. because you could- Each month, you could just take out what you needed for the, you know,
Right.
might be a bit more work for you, but we'll sit there, if we sit there making 4% on 5 million, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Is it a situation that we need to try it out and then decide if we want to put more money in it?
I would, yeah. I would move, we can move more than what I had intended, but yeah, I
Like
would
a
probably
million and then-
move some and then see how it goes.
Try it out.
And the big problem for Jade is accounting for where that money comes from.
I know.
She's also got to
Pro-
prorate the
interest.
off of it.
Mhm.
Because the interest has to go back into the account it came from, so
Right.
yeah.
Is it just one account there, or do they do separate accounts for your accounts?
I don't know, I'd have to ask that.
And, I mean, they work with only municipalities.
I don't know if they have, if Santa Claus would have like a 270 fund there that matches our 270 pulling out, or if they just have one fund for us, because then it would be.
I'd have to ask, I have a contact there, so I can ask her about whether we could set up multiple different
Yes.
funds
That
or
would
not.
make it easier.
It would make it a lot easier, yeah.
I take my money back from rainy day, you know, I mean, rainy day is just general fund. so it
Right.
doesn't matter.
Why don't you look over some of that since you've got the money
I mean, this thing's been
eyes,
around for how long, West Indiana?
and then you're having that meeting,
I'm not
Mhm,
worried about
Wednesday.
it.
A lot of municipalities have it. Like
Well, I mean, look
it's
through
covered
the
by-
accounts.
It's covered by,
and then you contact your person and see if there's
We
different
can-
accounts
I
for
will.
us. And then you're having the meeting with Spencer County Bank,
Mhm.
and let's pull all that back together, June 12th.
I'm gonna say you could easily do anything that's not appropriated, I'm not even worried about it.
Okay,
Easily,
Well,
anything
so-
that's not appropriated.
she can't put more than 25%.
right,
Right.
right.
You know, I think it's that. That's the reason I told that. Let me check, I'll check and see if we can put more than that, because it may be that you can if it's,
She just needs approval.
I'll check on that if there's a way around that.
So we've got 3 jobs here, you're checking on accounts, you're checking on the kind of approval that's needed, you're calling
And
your.
I'm seeing about multiple.
Yes,
Yep.
well, actually, 2 jobs, because you're also meeting with Spencer County.
Yeah,
I'll just put your CD in, like, to do a daily thing at almost the same rate. I mean, CDs right now are 5.05 for 1 year. 0.1% to have it liquid, essentially.
And we'll make it do it.
Yeah, it's not worth it, it's not worth it, to get 0.1 to have it for 12 months, in my opinion.
Okay, so next on the agenda, I just wanted to let everyone know that I did decide to promote Abigail Gibson to the deputy clerk position. She is doing very well in training. She's very organized with her notes. I think it's going to be a really good, smooth transition into that. That leaves the other position open in my office, the utility clerk position. So I am going to also move Kyla Clem up, since she already knows the job and does the majority, back and forth on that job. There are some things she doesn't know, but the learning curve is going to be very slim, moving her up and then hiring for Kyla's position.
Is hers part-time or full-time?
She's full-time. Yeah.
So then you have a vacancy.
Oh.
Kyla's
What's the
position.
position that's open then?
It would be an entry-level deputy clerk position. I do have someone that I'm planning on bringing in. It is, her name is Katie Musgrave, and it's Logan's wife. She has banking experience. She's coming from German American Bank, so it's not totally official, but I am planning on
Okay. sounds
doing
good.
that. So we are making progress in the moving of positions. So Kathy's last day in the office is on May 19th. And so everyone will kind of transition up on that day. And then we're going to take a breather for a couple weeks before we bring somebody else new in, just to let those girls kind of get settled into their new roles and everything. And then we'll look at bringing someone else in
Awesome.
later.
Your next job is to find Zach a couple part-time people. Took plowing things, said you got this one.
Like you did.
I'll try to help Zach, see if I can find somebody. Pat Moore's invoice for the RAISE grant. He has done some work on the RAISE grant, and I have his invoice that I'm needing to code. So I'm not sure where you want me to pay him from on that. I don't know if it wants to come from rainy day, whether it can come from TIF, because it is a TIF project. I'm not sure.
I suggested the industrial tip, because almost the entire trail that we're applying for the grant for is in the industrial tip stuff. And that's kind of the no-man's land of money that you don't know what you're spending on. You need to show you're spending it on something, because we're still capturing, assuming we're going to capture all the revenue from the industrial
You
tip
just
stuff.
spend it on a show building, but,
So that's what I would suggest.
okay.
And so you would recommend the redevelopment commission that we take out of the industrial tip fund.
So TIF money doesn't have to go toward,
It is for our project.
because it is part of the project.
It's to get money for the project, so that.
Yeah, so that it can.
Either that or the industrial development fund. You've got an industrial fund of 200 and some thousand sitting there too. And this trail's almost entirely within that industrial park, and down this number, they're going to 231.
Right, the whole, yeah, the whole dangerous space.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I suggest rather than rainy day or anyone, keep the money.
Opinions, gentlemen, on where to take that money?
For the industrial TIF,
Yes.
there's 100 grand in there.
And you said also
More than
there's,
that. That's
So
not
100 grand appropriated.
appropriate.
How much is
What
the
is
bill?
this bill, $50?
3,000, 3,060, I think is what it is. I have it here somewhere.
And when do we find out if we get that grant?
Yeah,
Anticipate.
$3,060.
A lot of federal grants, they tell you June 30th, and they come back and say, well, we put it back on September 30th, or they come back and say.
Okay.
yeah,
I make a motion that we've paid that invoice from, I recommend we get an invoice from the TIF, industrial TIF.
Industrial.
Second.
I have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passes. Industrial tip it is.
If we don't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, I have amending the salary ordinance to $16 an hour for part-time employees. In auditing things, getting ready for our audit from the state, one of the things they're looking at is payroll, and it was found that some of our part-time employees are being paid higher than the salary ordinance. So the salary ordinance was, signed in December of '22 at $15 an hour, up to $15 an hour. We have 3 long-term part-time employees who are making $15.75. So that's above our salary ordinance, which is going to be, a possible issue whenever we go to get audited because we're not paying per our ordinance. So
Okay.
we need to, the choices are we have to either amend the salary ordinance to 16 to be within our range, or we're gonna have to lower the pay of those 3 employees to 15.
We get audited, what's gonna happen? We pick somebody, we've been paying credit for 5 months.
No, state board of finance.
Well, the ordinance that I provided, the amended ordinance for you to look at, and Kevin, you need to look at it too, but it's in there too. I just amended the original one, but dating back for the effective date to be January 1st to cover that.
Legal? No. I mean, technically, yeah, the state board of accounts saying you can't retroactively do that, but they may give you a pass on it.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, they told us before you can't retroactively do that, but,
It's 2 we've already done, so I guess we're gonna do it.
yeah.
We do it because we
Can I do
can.
it?
Can do it.
Okay. Is this a first?
And this is 3 people.
Well, it'll have to be altered if Kevin doesn't think that we can, because the first line there
Well,
will
you
be.
can say it, I mean, that may, okay, I would still put that in
What?
there. Because, I mean, it's already been done, there's no way to undo it, so this
Right,
is the
so
best,
it's-
this is the best, I mean, and.
They have to come in and tell us we did it wrong then.
Yes.
So they'll probably just be like that.
So we'll do
You
it.
all approve all the pay vouchers now, they've changed it so that you all approve all the pay vouchers. Because it was always the treasurer who was on the hook for doing anything like this before, but now they make you all.
Oh, good.
It's
Now
our
I-
problem, not
Now
yours.
you're all
Right.
It's our
Sorry,
problem.
okay, nice. All right, I make a motion that we approve first reading ordinance 2022-17. and
No.
ordinance amending-
2023-06.
What's this one?
There's an old one and a new one for you to look at the differences.
2022-06.
Sorry.
Second.
Ordinance amending the town council, of town of Santa Claus, Indiana, amending wages and salaries for 2023.
And I've already had a second, I have a first and second. All in favor of the amendment? Say aye.
Aye.
We want to suspend the rules.
I make a motion that we suspend the rules to allow the second reading of ordinance 2023-06.
Second.
Okay, we have recommendation to suspend. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
I make a motion we approve the second reading and adoption of ordinance 2022-06, an ordinance of the town council of town of Santa Claus, Indiana, amending wages and salaries for 2023.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor of the second reading? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes. First and second reading.
Okay. Updating ordinances on the website. Our ordinances are not up to date on the website, and I am hearing that it's not as simple as us just uploading ordinances, that they have to they have to be able to be, is it codiciled? Is it codiciled? That they have to be able to, codified.
Region, some of it's supposed to be General Region 15.
Okay.
Region 15 will do
Mine?
that. They originally did it.
Kevin,
Kevin?
Kevin was supposed to know that.
Yeah, I think so. He was checking with Region 15, because they're the ones who codified our ordinance before.
They are, Regional 15,
So there's-
okay.
And then I think they wanted like 10 grand or something like that to do it.
So do we know, is this a contract that we already have in place with them, or is this something we have to send out for
No,
bids?
he was gonna check with them on pricing. What they were going
It's
to
a
charge.
service, not do a bid.
So we don't have to bid it out, we just have to get pricing and go with whoever we want? Okay.
He was gonna see how much they were going to charge.
This-
I can send Regional 15 a message.
Musical right now, but
Yeah, I'll just reach out to Regional 15 and see what the price is and then go from there. But that's something we probably need to be looking at,
Yeah.
getting those up to date.
Yeah, 'cause it's not.
Also, no, it's not. The only other thing I have is council signing off on the bank reconciliations. We're about to be audited, we're on the list to get audited, they've notified us. One of the things that some of the other towns are facing is that they're getting dinged for not having someone outside of the clerk treasurer office review and sign off on bank recs. So that's something that I think we need to just go ahead and be proactive and go forward with. So I would recommend that the council president sign off on them and the vice president if he is absent, and then go down the ladder from there if neither one of them can do it for whatever reason. It's just one of those things that they just want to be more transparent. Right, currently what we're doing is, the deputy clerk does all of the bank recs, and then I review them and sign off on them. In the past, I guess that's been okay, but, now they're requesting that someone outside of the office actually review and sign them, because if I'm helping with the bank rec, or if I'm hands-on in any way, it's not really a true outside review. So that's something I just want to be proactive on. So I'm just gonna probably just start doing that. So that's one thing we won't, get in trouble with
I think
the next
that's
audit.
changed with a lot of funds, where
It's funny,
you have double
5 years
signature.
ago, they made us adopt these internal control procedures.
Mhm.
It said,
Mhm.
what you're doing is what you're supposed to do, where the same person who writes the checks has to do the updates, so all that stuff.
And I haven't heard this
Now
from,
without notice, they're
Yeah.
saying, well, the internal control procedures we made you adopt
Aren't
5
you
years
now?
ago.
Yeah.
well, I
Now
haven't
you need
actually
an
been,
audit because you're following your internal control
Yes.
procedures, but we shut down reserve and say you got to follow.
I haven't actually heard from State Board Accounts on this directly, but it's just something that the other clerk treasurers are experiencing as they've been through the audits. That's something that the auditors are doing as a corrective thing going forward. So I just thought we might as well just, if it's heading that way, we probably should just go ahead and
In the school
get the
corporation,
signature.
anybody who has an independent fund, like student council, puts in money,
Mhm.
concessions, that has to be dual signed.
Mhm.
So, in the school system, so now here we go. Now here,
School.
happens everywhere, not just,
Oh, I can see their point, because,
Yeah.
especially, I mean, small towns.
yeah,
Well, yeah, how much got stolen from the school a couple years ago?
yeah, well,
400,000.
I don't think that was ever public record, was it?
About 400,000, somebody.
It was plenty, there have also been towns who have lost.
Yeah, I mean, you're small towns where
Yeah, we're
only
small
two people in
towns.
the office, so it'd be easier for those.
I think that's a great step, that proactivity is a great step, I think, yes. Do we need to vote or anything on that, or do we just?
Tell me what she's doing.
Well, I'll take a look at your internal control procedures ordinance that's in place.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, it should be added to that, really, that's part of your. internal
Right,
control.
yeah, dual signature.
Say, yeah, the reconciliation needs to be reviewed by a town council member in the pecking ordinance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the procedure in place by ordinance, which is what they made us do several years ago.
Right. So you're gonna modify that for us?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good deal. Good, I'm glad you are aware of that.
Well, it's just been talk amongst
Yeah, I know.
the treasurers, as everyone's preparing for these
Better
audits,
be
so.
ready, I think it's much better to be ready
And that is all I have, so,
Okay,
Kimball abatements.
That should be redeveloped.
okay.
okay.
I actually have that one.
And the next meeting,
Let's,
At the
at the,
redevelopment.
finally, yeah, food and beverage tax, we should take that off, shouldn't we, since,
Legislative session's over, they didn't pass it.
and they didn't pass it,
when's the
so
next one?
food and beverage tax will be removed from the agenda. Any other business, is anybody in the town or represented in the crowd have anything else to bring
I have
forward?
business.
Lay it on us.
I've finished the job description for the town manager,
Woo-hoo!
so I think that if everybody likes us, we should post it and start taking applications and get moving on it. So,
Okay, so can we have time to review it and add it to our agenda June 14th, have a large discussion and, maybe not even a large discussion, a small
I mean,
discussion,
it's already budgeted, so I mean,
right? It's prorated now though, right?
well, obviously, yeah,
Mhm.
be whatever's left in the year, but I would say, I mean, I don't think we have to have a whole other meeting.
No, we dropped it, so I would think that we need to at least,
We never dropped it, it's not been removed from the budget.
we did, but,
No,
and we
nothing's
never
been
dropped it
dropped.
through a vote. We just dropped it,
Yeah, so,
okay,
I mean, this is what was requested before we posted it, so, I mean, I would say if you guys can send your, anything you want to change on there, we can put it up there and put it on the side. I don't think we need a whole meeting to do it. I think we can get this thing going, because a lot of people move jobs in the summer when the kids are out, so.
right. Well, I've had people approach me
Yeah, you want to get moving on this, I think,
who are valid.
especially right before summer hits and people start moving jobs and everything, so.
Okay, my problem as a proofreader is that I can't sit here and.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying we could do this over email.
Okay,
Right.
okay. Is that okay
Yeah.
to do that? Do constructive, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's nothing binding anyway. We could
right,
see candidates and
Yeah, we don't have to, we can take candidates and if we don't get a good one, we don't have to hire
right,
anybody. Just-
exactly,
We're only gonna hire somebody we wanna hire.
right.
And, I think a lot of stuff on here you'll find will make everyone's jobs easier in the town.
The only thing I wanted to add to it is something, the pay be somewhat performance-based, that way we don't get a stagnant person.
I mean, could you?
Somebody come in
put-
here and just do whatever to get by.
I mean, could you put some kind of award on grants that we receive, or?
How can you do that? Make it performance-based so that we don't get somebody who
No,
drags
I
it
mean,
down and
Well,
says,
they're at will employed, so.
it's here, it says the
They don't
full-time
meet your
exempt at-will
expectations,
position.
and you can fire them at any time,
right,
unless you have them under contract.
Now, it says here, it's a full-time exempt at-will position, so if we don't like them, we just say, oh, we made a mistake with you, we fire them and move on and repost it and hire somebody new. So,
I just want, come December, our final meeting of year, what have you done this year? Well,
well, maybe we should start
Nothing.
doing
I think that
employee
person should
reviews
be,
every year and,
well, I think they also should be on the agenda. Just like all of our departments.
To give a
yes, I mean,
report.
I think it says in
Correct.
here,
yeah, the
it's
town
like-
manager would have obviously,
Every
the town
time.
manager.
Very
would
important at
budget
every
for what
meeting,
they're
yeah.
doing.
Yes,
So you know throughout the year what they were doing.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it would have to be added to, okay,
Yeah, it would definitely be like another. It's a whole other department.
Kevin, so,
I mean, it should take the place of your department heads.
No, say, I feel like it's like liaison, they kind of.
that's what, right,
Yeah,
So he actually should take, whoever the town manager is, should have the department head reporting to them.
right.
that would streamline everything then.
Pretty sure that's how Ferdinand operates.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, it should be Zach coming here for the park board, it should be the rest of the park board coming to this.
So the town manager, if the park board's reporting to
Because
town
that's
manager,
not
the town
good,
manager
because
would
that's
report for
the-
Zach, and he wouldn't have to be here. Which would take some time off of a lot of people's.
I actually think the department should also be represented, but I think the town manager should give the reports. So I think, Zach, you should be here,
Sure.
but the town manager could be the person who gives the reports.
You know, like the utilities are a little bit separate, the utilities, is also a statutory position, and reports directly to you guys, not to the town manager.
So will
That's
the
not-
utilities, do you have the utilities person answering to the town manager?
Nope. They don't by statute. I did have on here that they would take on We planning and zoning administrator roles.
Just like the clerk treasurer, utility superintendent, you don't report to you. Everybody else, the town marshal, well, Zach doesn't, Zach reports to the marshal, and the marshal reports to you. You can't fire Zach.
Good to know, got a little bit of job.
But like street is different, street is not
The
utilities.
streets, not utilities. So that, in that realm, the rest of the work to you guys directly, because he's jack of all trades right now.
Okay, so if we, like, I'll start editing tomorrow, because there's a third and fourth grade field trip, so I have extra,
Perfect.
extra pen period.
Great.
So I will start editing tomorrow, and then I will start an email link, okay?
Okay?
And then we'll talk it up, and then can we just do that talk up, and if this goes back to Jane, can she post it? Without us having another meeting about it?
Yes, but we'll have to meet to interview.
You're gonna have to, I mean, posting this is nothing, I mean.
Okay,
It's actually for to hire the person. It's-
right, exactly. So we can edit it and I give it, the final copy to Jane and post it.
You know, unless there's something substantive, then I'd say you need to, if you change something in here that you're going to do it on a contract basis or something like that.
Yeah, we're not.
And also Ranky said they post it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing binding on this.
Okay,
Advertisement. You can probably change it anytime if somebody comes.
so
back.
it's okay, all right.
Was in here, one draft say something back of any other duties outlined by the contract.
Yep, it's in there.
I mean, this is so.
Performs other duties as assigned by the town council and consistent applicable and general. So it's got a catch-all in there if there's something we said, oh, we want this, and we can tack it on there later, you know, it's, you know, so. This is not this is to be able to post a job, this is not like binding on what their final duties are. We can do that after we hire them and during the process, if there's something, we can do that. This is so you can post something and the applicant's looking at it and.
Right.
So.
Does
So that's
this,
gonna be, that's not like a one week process. It's gonna take a while, so we have to move on.
okay, I have to go back then to the clerk and the utility administrator. Does the town manager need to understand how those things work?
Yes.
Okay, so then that means that they must have discussions with those people.
What do you mean?
Okay, what I'm saying is, let's say Russ retires, okay?
Yes.
Does the town manager need to be involved in replacing, not being the person who hires, but understanding how to replace Russ?
He is not over the utility department.
Okay, so who
Russ
manages?
is the utility,
Us.
Russ is, that's it.
I know, okay, and if Russ retires soon, I'm very concerned about that position and nobody really knowing except us.
These are two different things though.
I know, I just,
Yeah,
I thought a town manager,
water board should be worried about that,
okay,
right?
On the water side,
And the sewer board, which is.
you,
yeah. Do we know how that works? I don't,
Well, I think that's part of what we're doing in GS map.
are you talking about the operation of the utility?
Yes. I think she's talking about if Russ quits, what do we do for
That's
Russ?
more of his subordinates.
and then if
There's no way
his
to do
main subordinate also retires?
That is one of the reasons we're doing all the GS mapping, so when somebody comes
Yeah.
in, we have stuff that's in Russ's head on paper.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's more his subordinates that know more about that.
I just thought that the town manager would understand the town.
Well, Russ is also getting a lot of those younger guys like licensed. and-
I know that.
Yeah, because I mean, you're not gonna know man all locations, which way.
Right, and that's not what I meant, I meant just the way things run. To me, a town
I
manager
think that-
understands the town.
Yeah, I think the town manager would be more on the administrative side as far as knowing budgeting for the utility departments, because I think you have that in there.
Yeah.
But as far as actually knowing the mechanics of how a sewer plant runs.
Yeah, and that's not what I mean running the plant, not the mechanics.
Yeah. You're
He
talking-
would be doing budgeting, he would also handle any, like, complaints from employees who go in.
Right, be an
So-
HR representative.
He handles the HR, take that off of the clerk and off of Russ's shoulders, so that they have someone they can go to that's not their direct supervisor.
No, they were not,
Only if it's a complaint about rats.
Oh, okay.
We probably need to change that, this, in the employment manual, because we'll have to tailor the employment manual to,
yes,
because I think right now, if it's a complaint about rats, they come to you guys. And it should have that additional layer.
Yeah.
It goes to the town manager, not to you guys.
okay, so then the town manager is involved in the utility.
But not in subordinates of Russ, except for if it's a complaint about Russ,
Okay,
which is typically, Russ is supposed to handle the injury to, he's got the authority to hire and fire. The town manager can't come in and tell us,
Right.
I don't like
oh, yeah,
this employee fired.
right, I understand that.
Just like technically you can. Unless it's something which is egregious, but then you can fire him for not doing what you tell him to do. So if something you know about like sexual harassment going on or something like that, and it's reported that another employee is doing something that's going to put the town in jeopardy.
Right,
Then you have just cause to terminate Russ in order to go through him and terminate the employee who he's refusing to terminate,
Yeah.
just for example.
my main concern is just that if we lose two top dogs in an area like that, then who knows what's going on, just the daily games. And, okay, so would it be uncouth for the town manager to go and shadow and find out the utilities in, you know, the clerk's office? Would that be uncouth? Would that not be?
I don't think I would be recommended.
Okay.
Clerk treasurer can tell me to get out of her office. If she wants, I mean, she's a.
Well, so could Russ, right?
Hmm?
So could Russ, because he's independent?
He's not.
No,
Okay,
he's still employed by you. You can
Okay.
just, you can't terminate him except with just.
Clerk treasurer is an elected official.
Yeah,
okay,
Totally different. You
Okay.
can't fire the
Yeah.
clerk treasurer. You can fire Russ.
As the town grows and more and more things come though, it's just something that needs to happen sooner than later.
well, I agree with you, I just want to understand. To me, a town manager knows how everything flows, and I don't mean the sewer. I mean how it all
Yeah, a general
works.
manager.
A general manager. So when
No
you
law
say that the
enforcement company.
utility administrator is on the outside of that bubble, superintendent is on the outside of that bubble.
Not
And-
totally, though. No, I agree with you that it would be
Okay.
a good idea for a good town manager should acquaint themselves with that so that they are in a position to assist you, because that's really their role, is to assist you
Right,
with the management of the town.
I like the word acquaint, that's the word I was looking for.
They should acquaint themselves with everything about the
Okay.
town, so that if something like that were to occur, they are ready to step in and say, here's the type of thing we need right now, town council, I'm recommending that you hire, they should participate in hiring decisions, even though it's your decision.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you read section D at the end,
okay,
while most of the town manager's work is performed in an indoor office environment, he may be required to address specific town business in a variety of other settings, including without limitation outdoors, designing various types of legal degrees of temperature, light, precipitation, terrain, street department building, and construction project settings, and even training, yada, 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 so.
but I think number 3 should be just, I just think they should have their feet in, not their hands, but their feet in everything. The feet should have
I
stepped
don't
in.
expect my town manager in a hole, in a sewer hole.
No, not one bit. That would be your hands, even though that is feet, you're being too literal.
Maybe knowing it's happening, but not
Right,
physical work, so.
exactly,
Well,
that's,
it's a business, you know, more of an administrative position, not a, but, you know, being willing, if all hands on deck, you know, park or something, you know, they go out and help park their ground and stuff, so.
I just want to know the flow.
They should try to hard hat, just like the.
Part-time employee right there,
Yeah.
town manager.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's hard having a white, clean button now without a stain on it and press with pants.
Okay, so we will have a conversation about this document, guys, all right? And try to figure out.
Yep.
Okay, means,
The second thing is, there's been a lot of talk of insurance and all kinds of things, so I think we should do a total bid out process this year.
Yep.
Bring in people to show us everything out there,
Look at all aspects of insurance from
different insurance.
liability to family health
If
to-
we wanna go to family and just put everything on the table and bring in multiple people so we get a lot of different views and I think we should just open that up.
This is for like, for the family insurance,
For
adding everything?
For all,
Like, we right
Oh,
now.
for all of it.
Yes, like, we want different companies coming in.
like liability.
For like the
insurance,
liability, the
liability.
bonds, the
Yep.
everything.
Mhm.
There's been some complaints about the current liability, how it works, so I think we should bring in somebody and bid that out too.
Well, and the family insurance is, we just really need.
But, Max, you in agreement?
Yep,
Yeah.
a lot better out there. I know it. I've been doing some digging and I was up at the trade show last week in Indy and they want to come down and review.
So I think we should just, let's open it up and let's make sure we're doing the due diligence, that we're getting the right people to work with, and the right products.
And that gives us 5 months to
Yeah,
look at instead of trying to do it in November last minute.
Not
Take
like
it.
we can quote it till then, but at least let's get it out there and get, people interested, knowing that we wanna shop it and see who's interested in, especially with family insurance. And there's more than Anthem and, there's more than just Anthem and United Healthcare, and that's all we
Okay.
get covered.
Yeah.
So,
Do you need a formal RFP before you can start looking at these things?
When it comes time to look at it again, you're next.
Yeah.
Mhm.
so whatever that is.
If you need to go out and start kind of a list of people and send it out to, publication's one thing, but sending it out to a list of people also is recommended.
right,
That's very few people that believe in this newspaper.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, there's probably 20 of them right here in this county that you can send it to.
Yeah.
I mean, your other alternative is find an insurance broker whose job it is to actually go out.
To find out the insurance.
But that'd be my recommendation, just
Yeah.
new clerk treasurer, let you just kind of.
Okay.
Well, it's been discussed in the past and that this never went any further than that.
Yeah, and the
You have the power.
insurance just isn't employee friendly.
Okay.
So,
It had to occur in the past, though, we can switch, almost like 8 years ago.
yeah, there was an issue, and
It was
yeah,
a debacle, and it was.
I wasn't here, but I heard. Yeah, so we'll, just, it needs to be back on the table.
Okay.
Cool. Got a question in the crowd?
I have a question, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Heidi Young, I'm music
Come to
director.
the microphone, please.
Required.
It
It's
is.
required.
I'm Heidi Young, I'm the executive director at Spencer County Economic Development. I wanted to come before you guys today, so in the House budget, $500 million was approved for Ready 2.0. The IEDC will be administering that fund. The first round of Ready started before I had taken my role. I've been in a role a little bit over a year and a half. I'd love to see you guys as a community bring projects forward. We know that component, or at least we're anticipating that public-private partnership needs to be there. And so I think if you guys have any projects that you're looking at as a community, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to give you a business card. Or if you know anyone within your community who's a private investor who you think has a project that your community would support, absolutely share that. We're anticipating in the fall, the IEDC will lay out all the rules. There's no guarantee it will be exactly like Ready 1, but they have already shared with us that quality of place, quality of life, and housing are key initiatives with this round of funding. So those are definitely things they're looking at. So as I hear you guys mention trails and things like that, those might be, again, without knowing all the rules of the project, those might be things that are really value added to look at and submit perhaps for a second round of Ready.
So my question would be, in the first phase, what had the most success in getting approved grants?
So for our county, we had to go off what we had already approved or sent to the state. So prior to me starting, there were a lot of projects that went through. Housing is where Spencer County's went. So there is a housing shortage in the nation and in Indiana. So again, that will continue to be a focus. And specifically the money, because it was ARP dollars this time, could only be used for the infrastructure, water, wastewater, stormwater. It couldn't, and roadway, it could not be used for the construction of the homes. So you've seen a lot of that, at least in our area, go towards housing. But again, we're anticipating the ARP restrictions. I say the flavor of the money is different, so it's state dollars, it's not ARP, it's not federal money this time. So we're expecting it to be more open, more available, but the IEDC has not laid out the rules yet, but it's definitely something we want people thinking ahead, because if it's anything like last time, once they lay out the rules, they expect us to move quick to apply. So I just want people thinking, and again, I think, you guys are a growing population in Spencer County, and how do you bring some projects forward that you guys are passionate about?
Patricia Cook.
We're just talking about sewer in Holly Village, so
Patricia Cook Road, infrastructure.
we try to get the sewer paid for Holly Village with it. Not small amount. How big, what's their project, what's the project size we're looking for?
So typically with Ready, so this time around, we're part of a 5-county region. Our region was awarded $15 million total this time. So just to give you, and there was $500 million total this time. So the 5 counties are Knox, Harrison, Pike, Perry, Spencer. So we're all kind of outliers of urban areas. Project size, it doesn't really matter. It more matters about the impact you're going to be making. So you're gonna have to show the state, like you apply through us, and then the state will review the economic impact. So how many people will benefit from that investment? The current layout,
Can you do sirens?
Town sirens?
no, so most of these are gonna be things that, the reason the housing falls is because of workforce attraction, so it's still a lot of times going to be like, how do we attract people to live here, or how do we attract employers to come here? So that's why trails can kind of fall, anything that you deem a reason that someone might wanna live in that area. So employee attraction or workforce attraction.
Brand new community center.
We have a road that has no utilities.
Rebuild the road, or build the roads in all the roads.
And they're anticipating, again, they're asking ideally for a 60-20-20 was what this time was. So what that means is 60% private funds, 20% public, 20% ready. So ready typically is only 20% of the total project. Private can eat up, at least this time, private could eat up more of that if public didn't contribute, so it could be 80-20. But the ready grant, if it stays the same, pays for 20% of the total project. So, just something to think about.
Okay, thank you. All right. So we go to vouchers. Any other business? Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Vouchers. Madam Clerk.
Yes. So I have vouchers for the general totaling $152,986.77. So I ask for a motion to,
Make a motion to approve the general voucher in the amount of $152,986.77.
Second.
We have a first and second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Passes.
okay, I have payroll vouchers in the amount of $80,706.09.
Make a motion to approve the payroll voucher in the amount of $80,706.09.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I
All
have,
opposed? Passes.
I have wastewater vouchers in the amount of $37,241.91.
Make a motion to approve the wastewater voucher in the amount of $37,241.91.
Second.
We have a first and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes. Papers, sign. May I have your business card? Yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, they're my purse.
It's okay, I know how it is. There's food that wanted, it's okay.
You have 2 children.
Okay, thank you. No letters
on custom. Effective May 3rd. They just raised it 25 more basis points. Yeah, that raised it. Just like it was great.
Yeah, so it's gonna go.
So it should, yeah.
No, we should go over 5 about that.
I'm not saying all of these.
No,
Send all 3 pages.
no, just the, oh, I take those.
I signed it anyway.
You don't have to sign any of that, sorry.
Any of
She
it?
just put all those in there,
And this
sorry.
one too, yeah.
Yeah, let me have those. You just have to
Well,
sign the
we got
tops.
one. We're looking. Nope, we're good.
Motion,
No, we got.
No, I'm still 2 on order. You spelled.
I know,
one
sure.
other thing.
I knew somebody would call me out.
I had so much time.
It was close. It was close, dang it. Said dates down, and I think he threw that on us.
Yeah. I knew about the insurance.
Yeah.
That thing's what put me over.
That has been pushed on the table for years.
What? Oh, the insurance.
It needs to be.
It does. Honestly, it's just,
We are shortchanging our employees.
Utility funds.
Definitely look at it.
yes, they can. So, we want the rest of it.
The 65%.
Like you needed some more to do, right?
you do.
I did. I was getting tired of painting my nails every day.
That's why we want to bring it up early, that way we wouldn't crunching to make it happen.
Appreciate that, yeah.
Motion, we have a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We have a redevelopment. All opposed? Okay, we have redevelopment right now. And you.
Jane,
Oh, yeah, James.
Called a meeting to order for the redevelopment with roll call, Jason Little,
Here.
Patricia Ball,
Here.
Seth Wendell,
here.
Brian Warren,
Here.
Kevin Burke absent.
All right, so the first agenda item are the April 10th minutes.
Make a motion to approve the April 10th, 2023 meeting minutes as read.
I'll make second.
All in favor of approving the April 10th, 2023 meeting minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we also have a resolution concerning the TIF capture for 2023.
You actually have 2 resolutions. The first is resolution 2023-01, resolution of the Town of Santa Clara Development Commission 2023 budget year determinations for TIF revenues, which governs the amusement and commercial allocation area. And what you are indicating is that you are resolving that all of the TIF revenues be captured this year in order to keep it in the TIF fund.
Any motion for that?
Yep, any motion for that? 2023-01.
Make a motion to approve the TIF capture resolution 2023-01.
Yep, I make second on that.
All right, all those in favor of the resolution 2023-01 concerning the TIF capture?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, passes.
I have resolution 2023-02, resolution of the Town of Santa Claus Redevelopment Commission 2023 budget year determination for TIF revenues, which governs the industrial park allocation area. And again, you are resolving that all of the TIF revenues be captured.
Right, so this is industrial. Okay, I make a motion that we approve the TIF capture for the industrial area, resolution 2023-02.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of approving resolution 2023-02 concerning the industrial park TIF capture, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
I will send notices out to all of the interested parties. I think there's about 15.
Is there any other business for the
The
redevelopment?
thing that we just did.
Yes. Kimball has been in
No,
the
I've got this one.
which.
Do I owe
we
you
call
signatures for anything?
last month.
Yes, there's a there's the minutes from the last meeting
And it shows.
also
it shows
that
an estimated
I didn't get
completion
signed
of
at the meeting, so
12,123.
sign everything in that folder.
Tanya, the lady at Kimball confirmed, there were two different amendments that were requested last year, to recall. She said these have been done. I want you to approve this, subject to my confirming with the assessor that this money is actually on their assessed value, because if it hasn't been, I don't want them to get the abatement for
If it hasn't been assessed.
$340 or $3.4 million off of their assessed value, if in fact it goes against their previously assessed value of like $11 million, because we want to go against the new equipment that they're not their old. So I just want to confirm with the assessor, with everything copacetic here, that money's actually onto their tax bill.
So,
But they are, if they did in fact complete the equipment as they are representing, and they did in fact keep the 300 and, actually, they said they added 42 employees. On their SB1, they said they were going to keep their 272 employees, but they indicate on here that they have increased by 42 employees. So they actually exceeded the benefits that they said they were going to have.
so how, see, okay, the
So they are in
CR
compliance if they,
compliance,
yeah, by keeping the number.
okay, I'm just gonna say confirming compliance. Is that okay?
Yes.
And
They're in substantial compliance.
Substantial,
Yes.
I shall
and part of
use that
compliance
word.
is the assessed value. Correct.
Well, really, the substantial compliance is keeping, retaining the employees that they have, and in fact, they've exceeded the state requirements that they said they were going to have, right?
But I don't say all that, I heard the motion.
You just need to approve this, you need to make a motion, you just say so moved. Make a motion to approve Kimball Furniture Group LLC's Form CF1, contingent on the town attorney confirming with the Spencer County assessor that the assessed value as reported on the compliance with state benefits was actually added to Kimball's assessed valuation.
So moved. Anyone want to second that?
All right,
How's that?
That is beautiful.
all right. So there's a motion on the floor to approve the,
See it one. See it one.
the tax abatement pending the town attorney's, checking with the assessed value. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passes.
I have a question. Does that reduce their overall assessment on their property?
No, what it does is the new equipment that they install,
They won't have to pay,
it goes into declining amount. First year is under.
so they amortize that? Okay.
Yeah, it's amortized, so it's not, that's why
I would just think.
that's why I want to make sure it's $3,440,000.
It's already been.
We'll make sure they're not getting decreased more than they're going up.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Wait, those are,
I'm just thinking that there's a lot of people very upset about the valuations that have been sent out by the Spencer County Assessor recently.
that's news.
And I also don't see a Spencer County policy on which private companies get abatements. It may be on who they know rather than what they're doing.
Kevin, get these
I
guys?
hate to say that.
Who else needs to sign them besides Kevin?
So,
Patricia didn't sign that one.
Get the-
yeah,
They're also gonna undergo some significant restructuring in the next 12 months.
So they are?
Campbell?
Yeah.
We gotta get bought out. By restructuring, I mean.
so let's go back to Kevin. And I'm gonna send it, that's Cindy's.
Which one are my signs?
Whatever, the X, you're the official. Yes. I'll get back to that.
Attested by, you're gonna sign that?
Cool,
No, I'm gonna change it.
Okay, everyone sign that one.
yes.
Yeah, so you're gonna. it'll be a big
So
thing.
many things going everywhere.
That's, I understand that, and it's sad, but I still think there should be a public policy discussion about who gets abatements and who doesn't.
Isn't Union countywide?
Countywide, yeah.
I was gonna say, we've only had one taxpayer in the town ever request abatement, I believe.
Well, I've heard of a couple recently in the county.
In the county, That's, yeah, in the town, we only have one, or we only have two.
I guess I did have one question
Yes.
about our current buffer zone. Does that have solar? No.
We won't allow them to put it in.
Apparently there's some massive solar projects coming in. Like hundreds, if not thousands of acres of solar panels.
And how does the town board feel about that?
There's nowhere in town, right, but
Do you let the county drive that?
you don't have a choice. The county always.
Well, since we pay
Opposed
most
to
of the
the
county taxes, we might wanna raise the voice.
The county actually put something in where if you go in, the county gets millions. You have to pay a assessment to get them approved, and the county gets millions.
At first, they didn't want anything solar.
Oh, no, the county wants it, because
They
they're
didn't
getting
at
paid,
first.
they're gonna get
At
massive,
first, they didn't.
they will get massive, they get so much per kilowatt hour.
Now they do.
Because the guy down there, Troy, is getting very big lease payments for his property, and they can see the coin is dropping into his back
Yeah.
pocket.
At first, the county was against it.
That's
they-
a follow way to draft public policy.
That's one of mine. Okay.
Yeah, no, there's no place in the town that we can use it.
No, not
We
here.
don't, we don't have a buffer zone because about 5 years ago, whenever we tried to do a buffer zone,
But in town limits, can they do it?
well, you had to, you had to pretty wide open area to do it.
What if they decide to throw them all?
We're gonna all be down by the curbs.
Down by the curve. Where?
Do them all on front?
Past the
On that
dump.
coconut property?
That's not in town.
That one
The
field
best
that's,
place, the best place is that huge farm out here right now. but
That's not in the town either.
No, it's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not in town either, but that would, that's.
It's across the road, it's across the road from the town.
On the south side, 162?
On the east side of Van Buren's. On that north side, one sixty east of Van
Nothing
Buren.
on 162 in there.
My parents' house, where the property line.
Yeah.
Down the ends.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a
but Tish Grove's property starts, because Terry was one of those
Behind you,
big
you can
entities.
see the lines of behind you.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
helpful too.
Right there.
Yeah, so like,
Right there you
yeah, so right here,
go. There's-
all this,
Yeah, like Cleveland's farm,
that's pretty flat.
Cleveland's farm would be,
That'd be a good spot
Decent
for
fucking
acres.
is it
no, it's only 80.
the land in front of the Little Pigeon Church? Is that town?
Terry Shields, Baptist.
No,
There's no ground
Little Pigeon.
there. I don't know, but there's another massive project coming in from what I hear.
The road that we're gonna own from the county.
Oh, you're talking about Zion.
Mount Zion, that's it.
Yeah.
Little Pigeon.
No, that's all Coconut property,
The state park.
That's right here.
but that's pretty rolling.
That's outside.
But they want a big flat area.
I don't know,
But none of that's in town, I mean.
Mount Zion, that land by
If
Zion.
you wanna
is-
try to do buffers over again, you can, but.
So can you elaborate on the history of that buffer zone?
Well, we looked at annexing, like, out on the north side of 162, we looked at putting a buffer zone in, I've actually got the map where we dropped a 2-mile buffer around the town, and some town members, council members almost got crucified over that. So, anytime the town explores expanding its territorial jurisdiction to help control things, nobody wants Santa Claus to expand. But then when, like, 6 months after the last time, well, I'll tell you exactly what it was. Less than 6 months after the town explored doing it, and people came and this was patched, that's when Far West decided to turkey hours. Less than 2 miles outside of the town boundary, and everybody was coming to the town saying, why doesn't the town do something to stop the turkey bars from going in there?
Let's have a buffer zone.
Yeah,
When was that? Early 2000s?
no. it's-
well, we could do it
10
inside
years
town
ago.
limits though, but there's just no way to worry about it, so.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be zoning. Township and industrial park probably. You have to rezone property.
Would the Riverview Park property be a good place for a solar field?
Probably.
Well, it needs to be very close to high power lines, because of it, which is all over the county. Okay. All right, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion to adjourn. Made
Go.
and seconded.
No,
Yeah.
you make the motion, you make
I'll make
the.
a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Alright, motion on the floor to adjourn, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Alright, we are adjourned.
Too many presidents. Too many presidents in this.
No, second. I'm like, I'm entertaining the motion. I mean, I can make
I
it.
just heard motion.
He just motioned, he
I'll
was
just
like,
make the motion
John,
next time. No.
I don't think we need solar fields anywhere. They ought to be banned.
So Jason, what happened to your mower saga?
Oh, so, I called that Martin guy, I was like, man, I need a pump for this mower. For this grasshopper. He said, no, you don't. I said, yeah, I'm losing power on one side. He said, the grasshopper pumps don't go bad.